So this one's going to be half a lesson in Yiddish and half a lesson in comparative linguistics and with a little Spanish thrown in. And we're going to talk about internationalisms. Internationalisms are words mostly from Latin and Greek, which exist in very similar forms in all of the major European languages and many other languages. Modern Hebrew, for instance, has a lot of them. And the words are often very similar, have the same meaning, but are pronounced slightly different. And Yiddish is interesting because it has its own way of pronouncing the words that's very close to both German and the Slavic languages, but distinct from both. And many Yiddish speakers in the U.S. Think that these words were all borrowed from English, but they've actually been in the language from the 1800s and some from even the 1700s, but the pronunciation is different than English. So what I did is I have each word in English, then in Yiddish, and then in Spanish. And what I did is I went through a long list of words and I made up rules for how the words change in the three different languages. I looked all over the place for these rules, but I wasn't able to find any copy. I couldn't find them written anywhere. They may exist somewhere, but I wasn't able to find them. One caveat is that some internationalisms that exist in one language don't exist in the other, so check a dictionary. First I'm going to start with the vowels. The vowel quality. Yiddish vowels match European continental standards. So if you speak a European language other than French or English, the vowels in Yiddish are probably about the same. If you don't listen, then you'll hear what they sound like. The vowels also don't have diphthongs. A diphthong is when two vowels are blended together, which is very common in English, but not common in many languages. So again, the first one's the English, the second one's the Yiddish, and the third one's the Spanish. Normal, normal, normal. System, system, sistema. Moment, moment, no. Moment, moment, momento. Terror, terror, terror. Tribunal, tribunal, tribunal. Manuscript, manuscript, manuscrita. So you can hear that reading them so close together, I'm actually getting a little blurred together because they're very close. The vowels are almost always the same in Spanish, except Spanish sticks an extra vowel at the end of the word. So here's a rule. The written English I is almost always pronounced as a long E in Spanish and Yiddish. In Yiddish, obviously, it's written with a yud. But so an example, the word virus in English, the I in Yiddish and Spanish is pronounced E. So it's virus, virus, virus. Pilot, pilot, piloto. Dialogue, dialogue, dialogo. Profile, profil, profil. Silo, like where you store grain. Silo, silo, silo. Stereotype, 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 estereotipo. In the Spanish sticks an E before many S's, otherwise it's the same word. So U's in Yiddish and Spanish are pronounced differently. In English, they're kind of pronounced like an So here's what this sounds like. Bunker, bunker, bunker. Club, klub, klub. Absurd, absurd, absurdo. Words ending in Y in English can have three different endings in Yiddish. The first set of endings are iye in Yiddish and ia in Spanish. This is the most common one. So academy in Yiddish is academie, and in Spanish is academia. Energy is energie and energia in Spanish. History in Yiddish is sorry, history, historie, historia, strategy, strategie, estrategia, territory, territorie, territorium. Other words ending in y in English end in tet, which would obviously be test, in test in Yiddish, or dad in Spanish, dad. University, universitet, universidad. Activity, activitet, actividad. Relativity, relativitet, relatividad. Specialty, specialitet, especialidad. Now you can hear my accent's kind of Spanish on all three, which is a little strange, but you get the idea. I'm a native English speaker, so things get a little jumbled. A smaller group of words that end in ency in English end in tense in Yiddish. So you have tendency becomes tendence. Final written, this is interesting and important. Final written e's and ions are always pronounced in Yiddish and Spanish if they are written in these languages, but almost never in English. So you have the word debate in English ends in an e, but it doesn't, the e's not pronounced. So in English you have debate, but in Yiddish you have debate, and in Spanish you have debate. Rate in English is rate in Yiddish. Hygiene in English is hygiene. Mine, like the weapon, but not where you dig, is in Yiddish is actually mine. Adjectives ending in IVE in English or EST have a different vowel quality in Yiddish and Spanish than in English. So aggressive in English, aggressive, aggressivo. Perspective, perspective, perspectiva. Positive, positive, positivo. Optimist, optimist, optimista. Pessimist, pessimist, pessimista. All written pasuk aleph are pronounced as a in Yiddish, but the cognates, that's the related word, written with a's in English, often as vowels pronounced as e's or i's, and words with more than one syllable. Spanish vowels are identical to the Yiddish vowels. So if you listen closely, you can hear this. English, academy. Yiddish, academie. Spanish, academia. Metal, metal, metal. Orange, orange. Organ, organ, organo. It's weird that in English it's written O-R-G-A-N, but it's actually pronounced O-R-G-I-N. Radio, radio, radio. Sarcasm, sarcasm, sarcasmo. Scandal, scandal, escandalo. Sentimental, sentimental. Tolerance, tolerance, tolerancia. Bank, bank, banco. And again, the order is English, Yiddish, Spanish, obviously.